Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Star Ocean. Last time we finished up our business at the Sylvalent Ruins, and this time, even though I said I'd meet you outside, well, I am technically outside of that area. I just did a whole lot of backtracking off screen because that would have been very, very tedious. So we're now going to actually proceed with the plot and go back to Parj Temple. Now, I've already done the off-screen stuff I needed to, as in getting Marvel back, loading my previous save file so I didn't lose her, because I definitely want to keep her. I don't want to put Prissy in place of her, that's why I showed her off and then undid that one, because I didn't want to lose Marvel. Technically, you could have just lost Marvel and then gone over there and picked up Prissy and had both her and Tinnick, but I find both Tinnick and Marvel are much better than Prissy, so enough with that. I also did a bunch of backtracking off-screen, got all the way into Parj Temple, and got to the save point there. So from here, I figured that's probably as good a spot as any to leave it off. I could have backtracked all the way, but at least this gives me a chance to kind of set everything up so it's not so jarring going from the land of snow and ice to a cave, or temple rather, in the middle of the desert. Now, proceeding from here, whoa, is the same way that it worked before. And we just go from there to here, and the scene begins. This time we only get one apparition, or runes, I believe they called them. Moore's Dying Wish, huh? I wonder what that means. Come, follow me, and then we get teleported out of nowhere to a technologically advanced space area. Game, you make no sense. Come on, game, really? A little more explanation would have been lovely. Anyway, with that being said, we are in the Parj Inner Sanctum. Now, this area is, well, it has some more powerful enemies. These guys, I think we're the same ones, or at least I think the same ones from the Sylvalent Ruins. They can do a bit of damage, but I'm not worried. They definitely have a little higher defense than your average enemy. Get 1,300 experience for that fight. That's not too bad. Here we get, well, we get exposed to a few different things. There's a door here. And let's kill some of these guys. Yeah. Now, I could do some item creation to create some better weapons, and I will. Definitely by the end of the game, but I'm going to make some kind of like intermediary, medium grade weapon upgrades, because although Radix has been getting some new swords, Tinnick is still stuck with something weaker, Marvel stuck with her first weapon. I'll probably get her ultimate one since she only has 2 different weapons. Millie, not going to get anything different. The Cestus, yeah, I got to get her something better if I'm going to use her. That bow will be fine, and I don't think you can... Can you item create bows? No, you find them all. And I definitely want to get one for Fear because, well, I don't really need to item creation one for Fear because I'll get something better by the time I'm going to use her anyway, but whatever. And so you won't need to worry about you. Anyway, of course the audio had to cut out. Now, this is going to lead to an area that we can't go to yet. Okay, we'll fight a battle first. Now, these guys have different elemental weaknesses. I can't recall what they're weak and strong against. I'm assuming the blue ones are strong against air, considering I have the air blade on. Here, this is the blue door. I'm going to refer to it as the blue door, and I'll come back here off screen, and we can't go through there yet. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of show that off so I could make a nice cut and avoid a lot of backtracking. Yes, these guys I can take out a little easier than the blue ones. The blue ones, Radix doesn't do so much damage to. For now, anyway. I'll probably be keeping him on this sword for quite a while. Well, let's see. Can I go back here? Yeah, that drops me back out here. Hopefully I can go back in now. I've never actually left this area once I've gone in, which is kind of different. I just wanted the audio to restart. Playing without any music is kind of dull. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Okay, fine. Battle time. These guys are pretty buff if they start hitting you. Now, I've mentioned before that the reason why Marvel is as good as she is because of how fast she gets her techs off. You're really starting to notice that. She can only do a combo of 2 right now, but oh boy, is she ever fast even with just 2. A sweet syrup that I don't need. Do I need to heal? I do not. Okay, fine. Ow. You can't really tell when she only throws out 2. When she starts like spamming her attacks, that's when she becomes really effective. Alright, so let's head down here. Now this area is confusing. Very confusing. I got lost here probably the first time I played, though I don't remember. I definitely got lost here the second time I played, though, because that one was recent enough that I remember. It was not fun. I missed over something that was kind of stupid, but I probably should have seen. And yeah, I ended up wandering around in circles for like 2 hours trying to find out where the hell I missed. Head up here. Now, here's something interesting. I'm holding down. I can't go down. This, as you can see through the transparent hollow field thing, is technically on the area below. But you can pick it up here, which is just kind of a weird thing, but it's a lunatic ring. I'm not particularly interested in that. Here we get question mark herb and a fairy ring. I don't think any of those are particularly useful, but I can take that pickaxe off now. And you can't use any of those things. So let's give... No, I don't need 2 berserk rings. Where's my feet symbol? There we go. Now I believe the fairy ring will be going to you. Lunatic ring is something you should use as well. Reduces all damage to 0, but the wearer will always be dizzy. I guess this could be useful in certain situations, but you can't do anything. So it's... I guess you could do something like this, put this on Millie, and give her a Star Guard, put her into the battle arena, and then just hold fast forward until she won every fight by the stars bouncing off the Star Guard, because they deal damage. But those might be reduced or something. I don't know. The Fairy Ring reduces MP cost by half, as opposed to a third with the Emerald Ring there, so I might as well give that to her. Yeah, I'm surprised how fast I was able to get my characters to level up compared to my other ones. They were 38, now we're pretty much already there. That's it's quite effective, having training on and running through areas where the enemies aren't weak. Now, we got ambushed here. That'll kind of go into something I've been meaning to talk about for a while, but it hasn't really been an issue because I haven't really been getting ambushed. There is an ambush battle formation in this game. Not that you know it, because it never seems to happen, but we got Seal Crystal, I believe, like her Art Crystal tech. That is a status type thing. Restricts the enemy's ability to move. I'm not particularly a fan of that one. I'd much rather have this one if the effect works at all. Let's see here. Millie, you need to gain levels faster. Gotta get you leveled up with the rest of them. What did I want to show off? Skills, yeah, that'll work. Actually, stats. Who has Sixth Sense? You do. Does anybody else have it? Fear does. That'll work. Fear's got more extra points. Let's check out her. Now, one of the techs that I haven't put any points into is this one, as you know, for the obvious reason that I have really rarely been ambushed, so I haven't really needed to. Now, this gives you the scout ability, and the scout ability doesn't really do anything in and of itself. It has a use, and I'll go into that later, but just the ability here in general to reduce the ambush rate. I like to put this in on pretty much everybody, but you'll actually gain additional uses for the scout ability, or not additional uses, but it's more effective if you have the Sixth Sense talent. So I'm just gonna go as far as I can on this without spending too many points. Screw it. We'll max it right out. Then I can show you what the scout ability actually does. Basically, it changes your encounter rate. So, run into more monsters, less monsters, nothing. I find this is not particularly effective. It doesn't seem to work very much, and for the purposes of this Let's Play, I'm just going to leave it alone. I've turned it on. Usually by the time I get to this area is when I start to muck around with it, because the encounter rate in here on its own is really high and really annoying. There's another blue door that we can't go into. I went into that door already. And of course I do all that stuff and then I get ambushed again. Now I don't know what causes ambush in this game, so I'm not sure if it's like a certain stat being too low, like luck or something like that. Shut off that guy. We're getting some decent experience here. Millie leveled up, which is good. And let's continue down here. Keep going through here. Eventually we'll get to this room, which contains, I believe, 4 doors. Ah, there you go. I did it on screen. Cool. I also changed some of my tech setups. I have Twin Slash there, but I also have Shock Sword back on because it's far more effective at this stage of the game compared to pretty much anything else. But more importantly, I learned what I would consider the ultimate tech in the game. Now, I haven't seen every single tech, but yeah. Twin Slash, after reducing the MP cost by upping your school skill a little, it costs 9 MP, and the 7-star Twin Slash costs 25, so it's really expensive at this point. However, it is so worth it. Alright, let's see. I'm going to put it on the second one here. It's too expensive to use repeatedly, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the second slot here, the second page. So I'll do a normal Twin Slash, then I'll do 7-star Twin Slash, and then I'll do nothing else. I could probably put more Twin Slashes there after, once I gain a little more MP. But the other one I would like to work on is Shock Sword, because I find Shock Sword is one of the more effective skills late game, especially once we level it up. Not to mention, as you can see, it only costs 3 MP, so I'm just going to start spamming that at this point in the game. Like I said before, the only way to get those skills to show up is to up your school style to approximately level 5 at least. You can get away with less, I think, but I tend to do more most of the time. With Tinnick there, let's see, I'm going to leave everyone's training at level 8 for now, just because I want to raise everyone's up to 10 at the same time, once I get everyone's levels kind of balanced out and I choose a final party. Let's see here, close combat, might as well up his school skill a little bit. Aw, not enough. Oh well, I'll do that once he levels up again. Marvel, might as well do that for you as well. Get to level 5, which is what I'd much rather you have it at. I upped Gale to about level 5, level 6 for pretty much all my characters. Below the Belt, Feint, Link Combo, Mental Training, Counterattack, and Strong Blow, all to about level 2, I think, with everybody. The school styles I upped differently with everybody. What else did I put some points to off screen? A little bit to kitchen for certain characters. Most of this stuff is not particularly important. Piety for characters that need intelligence. Nothing else as far as item creation goes, so. Anyway, let's do some more exploring and pick up some more items. The question mark items in here, the herbs especially, aren't particularly useful, so I'm not going to worry about those. Can't get in here, but there's a red little switch up the top right there. I need to find a way of activating that. As you can see, these doors here. Okay, they're dead already. That's fast. these doors up here, because they have the red symbol on them, are controlled by the red switch. So let's go down here. And what this does, we flip a switch, flip another switch, and the third switch, I'll just show this off real quick, actually closes the door. So I don't want to do that because I can't get out. Just do fast forward that. Of course, it always tends to glitch out the music, but... Oh wow, I learned that too. That was fast. Yeah, 7-star Shock Sword is drastically better than the original Shock Sword, and it does quite a bit of damage. Now, since I've learned it, I'm not actually going to use it a lot right now, but I do want to kind of work on some other things that I could learn. Spirit Blast, I believe I can learn, so I'll put that on. But yeah, I'm surprised I learned that so fast. Shock Sword had an MP cost of 3, the 7-star one only costs 13, and it does way more damage than the original. I think it just did 6k in my little test there. Once you learn it from selecting it like that, it'll use that skill once. Say if you have it on like 4 different slots, 4 different pages, it won't do it on all 4, it'll just do it once. But anyway, so with activating those 2 doors, we've activated over here, so we can pick up a Mandrake. Why are you giving me this crap at this point in the game? And here, we get a question mark gem, which, again, I'm not particularly a fan of. I don't need... keep using Air Slash as well, because Air Slash is definitely good. I'm not sure if I can level up Air Slash. Just a heads up right now, I am not going to level up or evolve or whatever you want to refer to it as all of the skills, because that would take way too long. So yeah, definitely not going to do that. Is there an item up here? There's not. Now, this one... I don't remember where this one takes me. I don't have this area memorized. It just takes far, too long to try and memorize it. It's too confusing because everything really does look the same. Now this... the music stopped again. I'll have to reload it here. This leads us to another room with a bunch of treasure chests in there. We got a sour syrup there, which is not as good as it is in future Star Ocean games. Let's kill these guys here. There we go. You do want to kind of conserve your MP a little bit while you're in here. Definitely don't go hog wild, because you will eventually run out, and this is a relatively large area. Now, all of these doors I think are open right now. None of them give me anything useful, of course. Let's go up here. Well, that was fast. Yeah, the enemies around here are starting to just not be up to snuff when it comes to the amount of HP that they have. Do this loop around, we can eventually go to this one, and another sour syrup. And more importantly, security card R. Why is it not A? Because it stands for red and not, A, B, C. Yeah, it stands for red, hence the blue one that we'll get later is called security card B. Yeah, this is definitely a little more advanced. Ow. Ah, that's nice of you there, Tinnick. Gotta love the one-shot going on. And she learned growth. That's quite useful. Let's take a look at that. That's the wrong character. Here we have growth. Increases allies' attack power. Now, I'm not sure how much this is by. It's probably the same as those items that I got earlier. The might. Oh, geez. Me trying to find items in my inventory. Yeah, like that's going to happen. What was it called? A might something or other? Is it way up here? Whatever. Anyway, increases strength, I think, by 30. I'm assuming the spell does pretty much the same. Sorry again about the audio cutting out. I said when this LP started that I was going to have issues, and that's not a lie. I'm pretty much always going to have issues with trying to play this game. Audio cutting out, and all this other stuff. We got a couple of levels there. Tinnick can get that other point into his school skill now. There we go. Might as well up his link combo there as well. Do the same for Marvel. God, the scrolling ability is just abysmal for some reason. Alright, let's throw some more Hail Orbs on there for you since they don't cost much. Yeah, reduced down to 7 MP now. And with you, no, not training. I'm going to up your Hailstorm ability. Yeah, it's only 8. That's fine. And got a couple of Mirror Slices. That's probably all I really need because chances are I'm going to one-shot them with the first one anyway. Tempest Staff uses enough MP as is. I don't need to send a duplicate on that. Let's see now. I'm going to continue going down. Now we've checked out those two. There's actually one more in one more room, I think, in this, well, one more doorway in this room. Doesn't make sense to say room within a room. Roomception? No. I make jokes about it, but I think I've mentioned this before. I haven't actually seen that movie. The other door we have access to is up on that ledge here, actually. And this video is going to end up running a little long because, yeah, it's already kind of running a little bit long. But I do want to finish this up so that I can meet you back in the previous room with all the other rooms in there. Again, roomception, but in the previous one where we had the save point. So I'll be going back there off screen once I'm done here. I think it's up here. One more door. Okay, this one's always been empty. I don't know why. Every single time I've played through this game, that chest is empty. I'm not sure if that chest is empty or if this door mistakenly in the game's code leads to the same room as a different door. I'm not too sure. I haven't, tested it out by, not opening any chests and then going to this room because it's always one of the last ones I end up going to. It just happens to be the way it is. I think this is, yeah, this leads forward. Okay. So I will set this as another point. This is the red door that I'll end up going back to off screen as well. Basically, once you find one of these, once you have the appropriate keycard, you press this, and you can go here. So anyway, I'm going to meet you back at the save point in the previous large room there. And that's going to do it for this episode. So next time we will continue our way through here, hopefully with actual game music. Anyway, see you guys next time.